Okay. All right. Um Hello and welcome to another episode of the Untitled Podcast. Today we have someone who I've been meaning to have on the podcast for a while now. Ever since, I started this, I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to have them on. Uh Famous for showcasing a lot of random albums on TikTok, whether it be obscure, popular, no matter how noisy, abrasive, or soft, polite, whatever the case may be. We have Shmlo. Is that how you pronounce your name? Shmlo?
Yeah, I think whatever works. I usually say Shulmo, but it's
Shlomo.
kind of like, yeah,
All right. How you doing, Dyke?
pretty good. This has been a long time coming.
A long time coming, indeed. I'm not sure if you have any experience with the podcast. I don't know if you have seen any of the episodes or anything like that.
Yeah,
So,
I've watched a few YouTube videos and then a couple podcast
uh,
episodes. Do you have drum on
drum? Yeah, we
another
did.
one or
Yeah, I was
yeah.
gonna actually mention him sometime later in the podcast. I meant later in this
Mm.
episode.
Yeah.
Uh, if I remember why I was gonna bring, I don't really remember, uh, but yeah, how's everything? Like, is there any like shit going on in your life, like college, all that shit?
Yeah, I'm in second year of college right now, so
That's
that's
awesome.
been my excuse for inconsistent uploads, but at some point I'll get back to
Happens to the best of us, for sure.
semi-regular.
Happens to the
Yeah.
best of us. Oh my gosh, but yeah, um, yeah, but ever since I started this podcast, I knew I had to get you on at some point, but I didn't know whether or not you. I think I did know that you had your voice like out there on YouTube at some point. I just completely
Yeah.
forgot. And I know you uploaded like a video on artists with like small discographies or like just kind of like one album to their name, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually started that YouTube channel before I started the TikTok page. I had a video about Rhythm Tengoku, which is the first Japanese only entry in the Rhythm Heaven video game series.
That's awesome.
And I think I made that in 2019, 2020, but that's unlisted now. But yeah, that channel's kind of left to rot, but it's something where I've been like, yeah, I probably should
That's
start that back up again. But
2019 was definitely a time for sure. I was like kind of
yeah,
talking. I was talking about I was talking about like this year and like shit that's been happening along with a friend. It's like some of the memes and like jokes going on with like Hawk
so
Two and
yeah,
Skibbity
absolutely.
stuff. It's like no,
You know
and
it's
like
gonna be a good episode when the Hawk Chua comes up within the first
bro,
the first
no,
5 minutes.
oh my god, bro, Hawk Two. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to say. I really don't know what else to say. The thing. There's gonna be this ongoing thing where I bring up like stuff from from recent episodes, and
Yeah,
this episode will be no different in the slightest. Like Hawk Tour, Skibbity Riz, like Brain Rot, that shit needs to stop.
yeah,
And
yeah, absolutely.
your server just has a shit ton of people just going Hawk Tour or just making any just
Yeah,
joke on
that,
this. Like goddamn.
which is good to know some things never change. I think it's been brain rot for the past like 3 years.
Yeah,
But
I don't blame him. I can't blame him the slightest. Like, oh my gosh. But at the same time, it's just like, but that's enough
yeah,
about brain rot. Yeah, but like 2019, damn, you started your channel back in 2019. That's crazy. I wanted to start like a YouTube channel for like, ever since I was a kid, and like it was like
mm,
mainly like gaming stuff. Then it moved on to like, uh, the fucking like I had like a whole magic phase where I just wanted to like
yeah,
be a magician and shit. But now I just
mm,
recently kind of started making videos, and just like you, I'm very inconsistent. I have not made a video since my JPEG Mafia review, I think it was,
yeah,
or if there was another one after that. But shit, it was. I don't know what to say really.
yeah. That's fair. I honestly, this is kind of embarrassing, but I haven't even gotten around to that JPEG Mafia album yet.
Oh my gosh, it's a good album. It's a very good album. I'm not someone to come back to a lot, especially kind of looking
Yeah,
at. the different styles and sounds JPEG Mafia has gone through. I feel like
Yeah.
his oh my god, I can't even say which is my favorite. I just love a lot of his sounds from like his different eras. Blackman Carson's very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
All My Heroes, Veteran, all that shit is just it's awesome. Like
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like scanning through that album a little bit, and it sounded like it was almost a return to that Blackman Carson, maybe a little bit of Veteran
mm-hmm.
era, um, sound wise, more industrial. Where I obviously wouldn't call like LP or Scaring the Hose commercial,
Yeah,
but there is a bit of they're less abrasive, or they're abrasive in a different way.
yeah.
If that makes any sense.
I I
But
I, I feel like it's just definitely a bit more. Not saying that JPEG Mafia is the most inaccessible artist or anything, but he's definitely
yeah,
like on this album. It's definitely like him going for a more somewhat accessible but still very abrasive sound with like there's
yeah,
a jazz samples, a lot of like rock
yeah,
or metal samples in there as well, which I think is cool or instrumentation. I don't care, but it's just like, damn, he reinventing himself once again. It's like, oh yeah, I don't know.
yeah. That's the one something I really appreciate about him is how uh it always feels like he's pushing himself in a direction, even if it seems like he always has a very clear concept of where he wants his music to go.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like
Uh,
I don't know what else to say really, but he's been a favorite artist of mine for quite some time. But at the same time, when kind of looking at rappers, there's been just a shit ton of rappers who I love. Earl Doom being some of the more
yeah,
obvious ones, but a rapper that has affiliation with one of your favorite rappers. I wanted to kind of talk to you about, and I didn't expect myself to like talk about him this early in the episode, but Bus Driver.
yeah,
I don't know if you heard of him. What?
yeah, absolutely.
Oh hell yeah! But yeah, Bus
Yeah,
Driver.
he's been one of those where it's like I need to get more into him because he's kind of affiliated with that uh
Yeah,
alt hip hop kind of
yeah,
open mic eagle
yeah,
adjacent, right?
yeah. They
I
were
think they
in they were
merged
in the
at
same
some
group.
point, or yeah, I think they're cool now, but there was like a brief time where they didn't get along or something like that. I don't know specifics, but
Yeah, there has
yeah,
been
he's super cool.
some. I'm not gonna get into it deeply, but there has been a point in time where Bus Driver, got caught in some hot water. Hot water. That's right. That's
Yeah,
probably not the phrase, but I don't care at this point.
yeah,
Oh my gosh. But yeah, Bus Driver. I've recently started listening to more of him. Bus Driver
mhm,
is just he's not a guilty pleasure in the slightest. He's like
yeah,
fucking I love his music, right? But I
mhm,
know that there has been a couple of artists who's like, yeah, I don't really
yeah,
they say artists or fans, but either way, but yeah, his style very unique all over the
mhm,
place. And just like Peggy, a lot of his albums seem to have something like very distinct sounds, but at the same time, very similar to each other. Like around the early 2000s, where he had like
yeah,
Temporary Forever, Cosmic Cleavage, Fear of a Black Planet. No, Fear of a Black Tangent. I almost said Planet. Oops.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah. Different classic.
yeah.
But
I actually have not listened to Public Enemy still. I'm gonna be 100% honest.
yeah, yeah. That's another thing where it's like, oh, I really need to get into more as that late '80s, '90s hip hop. Like,
Yeah,
I'm kind of a fraud when it comes to that. Like, obviously, Doom's a bit late '90s.
yeah.
Love Tribe Called Quest, but other
Th-
than that, I'm
there
bit
has
shallow with that.
there has been this whole moment on Twitter which I need to stop using. It's not like I use it a shit ton, but I
That's
need to
real.
stop using like period. But there has
Yeah,
been this whole moment in time where like I think someone said if you know JPEG Mafia but can't name 3 DMX songs, something do something violent to you, something something. It's like, god damn, is it that serious?
yeah,
And like, god damn, and I'm not trying to put down any artist in the slightest. I have not listened to a full DMX album, but he got classics. XO and
yeah,
get to all that, but I'm not no person who would go out my way trying to look for some like deep cuts in a classic. Listen,
yeah,
and I'm not the type of someone who's like, if someone gets mad at me, like if someone gets mad at me for like listening to this artist, but not this artist, I'm not really gonna care. But damn, I didn't expect it to be that serious. Maybe it's just Twitter. Maybe that's just like the main thing.
Yeah,
So
to say it brings out the most extreme and
yeah,
everything. Gets the views.
yeah. I was planning if I was gonna make a non music video anytime soon,
Mhm.
it's probably gonna be on Twitter if I'm being honest. Because oh my
Yeah.
goodness. I had a discussion. I think there's like multiple discussions I've had with my friends. It's like, oh, Twitter this, Twitter that. It's just like Twitter just needs
Yeah.
to die.
No, pretty much. I feel like we're getting there. Like within the year, there's gonna be some huge like legal case brought against Elon or whatever for how much of a cesspool that place is.
Oh yeah, for sure. And there's also like Blue Sky, which if I'm being honest, if
Yeah.
people are gonna transition, it's just gonna become Twitter again. Well, at this point,
Yeah. Right.
just like Twitter, because a lot of the people who were working for Twitter,
Mhm.
just kind of made that because Elon being a
Yeah.
dumbass. So yeah,
Yeah. I fired all of them.
yeah. But uh, back to like the whole like hip hop thing. It's just like damn, people
Mhm.
cannot be this serious. But it looks like that is the case. So,
Yeah.
but how can you be mad at them?
Yeah.
Eh,
I mean, I kind of understand that it's important to know the context and influences of the music that you're enjoying to
definitely.
really get the most out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Do you think there's some sort of like appreciation thing going on where it's like if you listen to like old hip hop artists, you love them, and then you kind of love a lot of more modern day rappers like a bit more because of how far hip hop has came and like experimented and changed their sound and all this?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's always cool to see how a sound has uh developed over time, even over as with a genre as relatively young as
Yeah.
hip hop is. There's so much difference, but it's not like you need to like it's not like required.
Yeah,
It's just
it's
a
not like an
good way to
essential.
enrich your enjoyment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like just listen to what you want to.
Yeah,
That's
I agree wholeheartedly. It's
mm,
like yeah, I can't just the thing is that a lot of early hip hop seems to already just like or not somewhat early hip hop. I'm sure it's like
mm,
they've already kind of delved their hands into like making a shit ton more like abrasive like experiments. Again, dialect exists. I don't
yeah,
know why I said it again,
yeah,
but yeah, dialect exists. Making early industrial shit, and it's like goddamn. Like, and there's also like
mm,
this isn't a rapper that I've seen like being talked about a lot, but Blacky, all caps with spaces, uh,
mm.
where he makes like punk, industrial, noise, hip hop, and I think like his stuff is cool. Except I still haven't listened to like a full album from him as of yet. But
Yeah.
still, JPEG Mafia referenced him in a song title.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's sick. I'll check them out.
all caps, no space. I mean,
Oh yeah, yeah.
some might say that's kind of a reach, but I think there has been a point where he noticed that people were comparing him to Blackie. So it's like, yeah, of
Mhm.
course. But yeah,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
kind of straying away from hip hop though. Uh, this was bound to pop up in the podcast, but vaporwave,
Of course.
vaporwave. Oh my god, yeah, of course, vaporwave is awesome. You already know I made a whole
Yeah, a
shitty
video
video
about
on
it.
it. It was such a bad
Ah,
video.
it's a
Oh my
good,
gosh.
good.
I bro,
Nah,
I
it's a classic.
I'm still kind of teed off by the fact that I recorded in my closet. Cause like, oh, better sound. No, that shit was
Yeah.
echoey. That shit was echoey.
Hey, maybe that means just in like a year you can remake it and you don't have to write a new script or anything.
Yeah, I'm hoping I could remake it, but probably have some like other albums being talked about. I'm still
Yeah,
probably gonna talk about Ultra Living Like This because still like by far one of my favorite
yeah,
albums like
classic.
ever. Speaking of
Mhm,
Dynamic Shroud, I'm actually binging their discography as of right now,
mhm.
and I just want to talk about Crisis for a bit because holy shit, that album. That's my
Yeah, let me pull that
yeah,
pull that one up.
that's my most recent That's on Shroud
Mhm.
album, and that shit is so fucking good. Oh my goodness. But
Yeah,
I know you continue. You continue. Fine.
Yeah, if that's because that was the one that came. I remember when that one came out because it was kind of when that was a few months after Faith and Persona, and that's when that one was really gaining a lot of momentum.
Yeah,
And that was one of the tech honors
yeah. Tech
one.
honors. I'd expect. I think I was expecting it to be someone else for some reason, or
Mm.
probably like a collab between two
Yeah,
of the people. But no, Tech honors. But it definitely does seem
yeah,
like
that's a
something
great
where
one.
like Tech has like a heavy influence on it. I think it was a good album for sure.
Yeah, that one's great. And I think as I've listened to more vaporwave and more of Death's Dynamic Shroud discography,
Hmm.
I think I've come to appreciate Tech's how Tech approaches it a lot more because James is a lot more ambient and then Keith is doing his own stuff. But
Yeah.
um, Tech kind of takes that classic, typical, just slow it down vaporwave style, but he still has his uh, own very distinct style with a lot of
Hmm.
like 8-bit flair and sometimes funk. Like that really comes out in Crisis is
Yeah.
all the dance music. But
Wow. Yeah, I was kind of talking to some of the members of the server, and I was like, how would y'all put the members in their own like category? And I kind of put like James has such a very like simple style, but still very interesting
yeah,
when it comes to like sound
mhm,
texture design. And again, I'm being very like atmospheric work. Then we have
mhm,
Tech, who definitely has a lot more emotional stuff coming out with like Yellow Flower
yeah,
Lost,
yeah,
Sea World, Soft World, A Quiet Reset, and then Keith is just like the more technical, but still having some elements that you'd expect from the other work from the Son of Shroud, whether it be from James, Tech, or
yeah.
both. And it's just like it's fucking awesome just to see the
Mhm.
spread and like creativity from these guys. It's like, oh my gosh, dude, like holy shit.
Yeah, they're like the one. I think what makes them really special and part of what I love about them is how um, all of them have that own unique style, but all of their albums do feel they don't feel like okay, this is three different artists just using the same name. It's still
Hmm.
very much a unified identity.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
and obviously they're amazing when they collab together.
It's fucking awesome, dude. I don't know what else to say about it. It's ooh,
Yeah,
oh my goodness. Okay, but Crisis, was it Crisis Party? I think it was called, like in English, like for the full thing. But it's like,
yeah, that sounds right.
oh my god, this shit. Listening to this last night was so
Mm,
weird, and it's like, because like the whole album is so like funky. It's like
mhm.
danceable. It's so upbeat. It was like, holy shit, I'm gonna need Tech to make more happier music type shit, right?
Yeah,
And then the last song comes in, and then I was
mhm.
like, what the fuck's going on, right? It's a sad piano part, and it was like, I
Yeah,
decided to look at the statements for the from the Shroud, if y'all in the server,
mhm.
and y'all know what that is, and if y'all don't, I highly suggest y'all check it out. But it's like this
Great
Google,
Google Doc.
yeah, it's the
Yeah,
Google Doc, and looking into it, like for the last track, someone has jokingly made like a statement talking about how the last song is like this, but it's like they obviously have bad grammar on purpose, or like bad
mhm.
spelling. And then Tech responded
Yeah,
was like, in a funny way, they're right. And then they responded like, wait, what the fuck? And then had responded was like, kind of, it's either you leave the party and you never come back, or you're in the
mhm.
party and you can never go back to the real world. And that shit stuck
Yeah,
with me after listening
yeah,
to it. It's like, what the fuck? And that shit was like a whiplash moment. It's like, oh my gosh. Oh my
yeah.
goodness. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's always interesting when they ended off on that weird kind of mood shift.
exactly. It's like, oh my goodness. I don't like, it's almost like I can't listen to the album no more type shit. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
It's good though.
absolutely.
It's fucking awesome though. Like, holy shit. I'm not
Yeah.
someone
Are you
who, no, continue.
are you going through like chronologically through their discography, or how are you doing your binge? Just kind of random, or
Yes and no. I've started off with
yeah,
listening to like random ones, but I decided, you know what? I gotta
mhm,
binge. their discography,
Yeah.
so I decided to go in chronological order of like where I should like start back. So I started with, or at least for the binge, I started with, if I could find it, I think it was Endless, right? Endless 2. No, 1.
Mhm.
And one of the two.
Yeah.
Okay, Endless 1.
Yeah.
Nope, Taisai. Oh shit. It's Taisai. Yeah.
Yeah, Tesla's good.
Okay. But yeah, I'm not someone who kind of revisits albums a lot, unfortunately, as much as
Yeah.
I would love to. I'm just too fucking like hyper when it comes to this music shit, and I always tend to
Yeah.
kind of go where it's like, yeah, I'll come back to this later, and then never come back to it, right?
Yeah, no, I get that.
And like kind of listening to like tech releases and seeing how they're a lot more low key, a lot more
Mhm.
atmospheric, and just kind of just just kind of non-abrasive. Not saying that they're not engaging, but to me it's kind of,
Mhm.
it's somewhat the case really. But when a part
Yeah.
that's definitely a lot more active, a lot more abrasive, or just something that's again a lot more funky and danceable comes up, I'm down to just like put my full attention towards that. And it's like, god damn, again, one listening crisis was like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
this was the next texture. God, oh my gosh. But yeah,
Yeah.
uh yeah, it like that sound of was fucking awesome.
Mhm. Yeah, no, they're a great band. If anyone listening has not listened to at least I'll Try Living Like This, like that's what are you doing?
You're not a real vaporwave fan if you don't listen to it. Like I saw, I'm saying, I'm joking.
True.
You know that I don't remember if I did talk about this, but kind of before I was passionate about music, I was listening to vaporwave
Mhm.
and I heard of Destiny Shroud, but
Yeah.
I didn't actually listen to them. I think this was around the time where
Yeah.
it would just be songs. I listened to songs like "Fight" by Eights, of course, Lisa Frankfurt 20, like by Macintosh Plus, um,
Yeah.
some Saint Pepsi, all that shit, right?
Mhm.
And I watched a bit of Patchington, but I wasn't that big of a fan around then. But
Yeah.
I still watched them, right? But it wasn't until
Mhm.
later, and there was some sample videos as well that I watched
Yeah.
by Vladimir Putin. That was literally their name,
Yeah.
um, but I wasn't that heavy into vaporwave still. I had like taken like a break from listening to until later, where I was like, you know what? Let me listen to I'll Try Living Like This. My first vaporwave
Mhm.
album in full. I fucking loved
Yeah.
it. Loved it. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
That's a hell of an introduction to the
It really fucking is, dog. That was like my favorite, that like my first vaporwave album and still one of my favorite vaporwave albums like
Mhm.
ever. Holy shit. It was I don't know if I would, nah, I'd still consider it to be like one of my favorites. Probably my favorite, if not. But I don't know if you have like a favorite That's Not Shroud record though. You?
Yeah. Mine is I mean, I haven't listened to all of their albums. I've probably listened to half of them. I've kind of fallen behind on keeping up with it, but I've listened to everything from before 2023.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I think I'll Try Living Like This is still definitely my favorite because I can get this every time I listen to it, I notice something
Different.
new,
Yeah. This is
and
fucking
it's
awesome.
just so dense and so textured, but still so catchy
Mm-hmm.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like I just never get tired of it.
Yeah, of course. It's just like holy shit. Like
Yeah.
it has a lot of the emotions and like sounds that you'd expect from that sound shot. A lot of like sadder moments, a lot of like ambient moments, danceable moments, and
Yeah.
a lot of like crescendos and shit. It's like holy shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course, Faith in Persona though. Ooh, Faith in Persona.
Yeah. Also a classic.
Yeah, Tears in Abyss.
Mhm.
Love that. Love that song. Like shit ton. I also want to kind of mention, I think No Apology off of Yellow Flower Lost, if we're talking about like tech stuff, right?
Yeah.
Uh it's I feel like it's such a brief moment in the record,
Mhm.
but it's a record, it's the part in the album that definitely stuck with me the most, if I'm being honest, for
Mhm.
sure. It was like this R&B sample, but it was chopped
Yeah.
and like slowed down in this sort of way. And it's like, oh my, yeah,
Yeah.
that was good. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that album's actually interesting. I think that one was all, if I'm remembering right, that one was all Tech wrote the samples. Like he created the samples and then he manipulated them in his traditional vaporwave
hmm
fashion. I could be wrong on that, but I think it was like it was completely him sort of
yeah.
approaching
I'm not
original vaporwave.
sure. Maybe I gotta do some research on that. I know he
Yeah.
did something on Soft World where he kind of covered
Mhm.
a lot of songs from records that he worked on. He covered like Infinite,
Yeah.
Cigarette, and Star Galaga. He covered the last song off of Yellow Flower Lost. And
Yeah.
did he do Bay? I don't think he did Bay.
He didn't do Bay.
Unfortunately,
He did. Yeah, and it was like all over the
hmm
discography. There were, I mean, it was all Tech
yeah,
songs, but
yeah,
that he covered. But uh,
yeah. It
yeah,
was,
it was pretty all
but yeah,
over.
it was fucking awesome though. But kind of
But yeah,
straying away a bit from like That's Not Shroud. I kind of had a podcast episode with Christ, shout out
Mhm.
Christ, and I
Yeah,
just
yeah, absolutely. Shomo Chord member.
yeah, and I just kind of want to talk about like his stuff as well because again his stuff is just very hard hitting, very abrasive, and I still haven't gone through like a shit ton of his stuff. I've listened to about like 6 projects of him, unfortunately.
Yeah,
With his first EP being my most latest, if I remember correctly. I forgot the name of it, but it's the one
yeah,
with the like old dude, but like flipped and like shit. I can't. Oh, I forgot the name.
yeah. I think I know what one you're talking about.
Yeah, a lot more glitchy, which is definitely not
Mhm.
something I'd expect, but very, very fucking interesting for sure. Um, but I definitely need to listen to Fraser Wave. I need to listen to especially New Wounds and 7 Years Later. Holy shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. Like, and it's also very, very singular. Like, I don't think there's anyone who is doing anything even close to what
Mm,
he's doing. You could say that about all the albums. Like, there's nothing like Deep Dark Trench. There's nothing like um AD. Nothing like even the new album.
of
Um,
course.
there's nothing like it.
Yeah, his new album is fucking good as well. Like
Mhm.
WWW. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The James Blake samples on that. The fucking
Yes.
I don't even remember a lot of the samples on it, but yeah, it's awesome. Like, oh my, mm, I
Yeah.
it,
No, he's great.
fuck. But yeah, I don't really have a lot to say about him, unfortunately. But I know that he also has done some music under, like, Byproduct when he was younger. He's done
Yep.
some shit under Father 2006. Screen recording, which is something that I haven't heard a lot about, but I know it was like him playing around with the YouTube uh the YouTube like thing where he's
That's
like,
cool.
yeah, it's like broken transmission, but it's like, you know, if I can do it, you can do it too type shit where it's like, playing
Yeah.
around with the numbers shit is awesome. Uh but yeah, I don't know what else to say about Christ, but Christ is a cool ass dude. And I
Mhm.
wish I did better during the episode that he was on because I wish I had a lot more questions to ask him because there's always this moment where it's like after talking to them and hung
Mhm.
up and I was like, oh shit, I should
Yeah.
have asked them, that type of moment. It's
Yeah.
like
No, I get that. Have you watched any of his live sets?
I skimmed through them, yeah, just a bit.
Yeah, those are. I always love those because they're just like for anyone who doesn't know, he a lot of them he just
hmm
plays with a screen behind him and it's just a bunch of pictures from his camera roll
Yeah,
playing in
it's
sync with the
awesome.
music, and it's
It's awesome.
very, very lines up very well.
A lot of the images come from his own server actually, where he has like this channel
Mhm.
image submit where people
Yeah.
would kind of send pictures and he would use them. One of those sets having a bucket of Jake on there. I
Mhm.
don't know which one, and to be honest, I don't know if I will include it on screen because it's going to take me a while to look for it. I know that
Yeah,
for sure,
find it.
but that did happen, and I thought and that was satisfying. Even Jake knows about it because I
Mhm.
kind of I think I was one of the people who told them about it, but I think someone did tell him up before me. One of the two, I don't remember, but still like is still fucking cool. And just to know that
Yeah.
this connection happened was just like out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
That's awesome.
Also there's a lot of like other vaporwave releases that are made by very popular like vaporwave artists, but
Mhm.
aren't really all that known or talked about. Joho Desk Virtual
Yeah.
Sapporo. I can't pronounce it for shit. Sapporo Contemporary
Yeah. I
by
know what you're talking about.
yeah. That's a very interesting one. It's like it's utopian virtual, but it's very different. I can't really explain it. Was
Yeah, it's sort of that from that early because that was also by Vectroid
yeah.
Macintosh Plus. Like that because that's kind of from that early vaporwave era when it wasn't really it was still kind of this underground, not super blown up thing. So
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of rough around the edges and even if it's not amazing, I think there is something kind of special about a lot of those early
Mm-hmm.
Vectroid vaporwave releases. Same with the Laserdisc
Laserdisc
Visions.
Visions. That was one of the names I was trying to remember. Shit. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That had okay, it's kind of weird when kind of talking about aliases under
Mhm.
Vectroid's name because a lot of Vectroid's names were to come from albums that she originally have made. There's
Yeah.
Laserdiscs Visions, and the album that she made was called New Dreams Ltd. Am I right? Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then she would just kind of take that name of the
Yeah.
album and put it as her own name. And she did the same with Prism Genesis Fujikura TV, if I remember correctly. Right? No, no, no.
Yeah.
Wait, wait. Oh no, it's kind of different this time actually because she went under the
Yeah.
name Fujikura TV, but the album was called Prism
Yep.
Genesis. And then she took the name of the alias and put it as the album instead, called it Fujikura TV EX, and put it under the New
Yep.
Dreams Ltd name. Oh shit.
Yeah.
And it's definitely not hard to keep up with, but it is definitely interesting when it comes to like vaporwave aliases and all this shit though.
Yeah. But
Eh,
she's great. Like I'm still kind of waiting for because I've skimmed through some of the releases that have come out in the past couple of years, and they're all good. But I'm still kind of waiting for her to capitalize on the potential that was kind of shown in that Fear and Panic
Ooh.
Macintosh Plus single. I think
I
that was the name of it.
No, Sick
Yeah,
and
Sick
Panic.
and Panic.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
have not listened to it, unfortunately. Have not.
Yeah, it's completely different from just anything else.
I think I'm not going to say anything, but I may or may not have skimmed through it at some point. I probably just
Mhm.
forgot about it though. But
Yeah.
Crash, the Crash series, she only released Crash 1 and 2 though, and
Yeah.
they're very interesting. Kind of like
Mhm.
deconstruction of vaporwave and like having a more what you call it? Music concrete sound. I
Yeah.
probably mentioned this like 3 4 times probably during this podcast. I'm not gonna lie, but it's such an interesting release though at the same time. So
Mhm.
but
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, but Vectroid, I need her on the podcast, bro. This isn't even a joke. I need her on the podcast.
That'd be a sick guest to have.
Yeah, her and Internet Club, another
Mhm.
a vaporwave artist who I don't really see talked about enough. They've made
Yeah.
the infamous like "Freed from the World" by New Deluxe
Yeah.
Life, and they also made some other classics like fucking oh fuck, what was the name of it? That was like my first Internet Club album too. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna look back on my phone while I'm talking, but
Uh,
yeah, Internet Club, having a lot of like classic stuff under their name. I don't know what pronouns they go by, but they had
Yeah.
a lot of like cool ass shit as well. Dreams 3D, I remember.
Mhm.
Except it wasn't really one I liked a lot, but there was a pure trance. Vanishing Vision was the name of it. Vanishing Vision was the name of it for sure.
Mhm.
Uh, Redefining the Workplace was a very interesting one as well, where it's like very like cool and calm kind of sound, but also kind of going like for a more abrasive sound at points where it's like you
Hmm.
never expected it. It's like what? And there's also webinar
Yeah,
deluxe. Like holy shit, I don't know what else to say. But like
yeah. I'm looking on uh the Internet Club Rate Your Music, and it says they were born in April 1996, which means they would have been 15 when they made the um whatever the new deluxe live album,
yeah, freed from the
and
world.
yeah, Freed from the World, and also would have been just turned 16 when Redefining the Workplace came out, which is just crazy to me.
It is. Yeah, both them and Vectroid were so young when they started making
Mhm.
music, and it's like that shit makes me jealous a bit. Why couldn't I have started
Yeah,
at an early age? Like,
yeah, no, absolutely.
oh my gosh. I started making oh my gosh, I can't talk. I started making like shitty noise music
Mhm.
sometime last year, but then I was like kind of just a bit disappointed. It's like, I don't really fuck with these all that much.
Yeah,
So I deleted some and privated some. And I know that's the thing. It's like don't delete your stuff, private them. But this was before I heard that. Was just like, oh shit, I guess I'll private the other ones
yeah,
then. But I decided to re-release a noise project of mine. I'm not gonna promote it here though. Why? Yeah, I'm gonna
yeah.
promote though is my new album. Not seriously though.
Oh, what?
I do have an album out though, but I'll probably like talk about it in the intro or some shit. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's uh it goes under the name Fantasy. I forgot the name of
Mhm.
the album though because it's in Japanese. It's like evening TV viewing time or something. I think that was the name of it. It was
Yeah,
originally supposed to be something else, but translators and all that stuff. So, but yeah.
yeah,
Oh fuck. But yeah.
yeah.
Enough of that though. Fuck. But yeah, just another thing is like the evolution of like broken transmission.
Mhm.
Freed from the world just kind of gave us a glimpse of what it could be, but in the weirdest
Yeah,
way possible. Like, what the fuck?
yeah. That's what the album's like. Even when I listen to it now, after years of having listened to Vaporwave and Broken Transmission and Exposed, that it still is like I don't know what to make of it.
Exactly. It's like what the fuck? Like
Yeah.
what were they expecting Vaporwave to go into? Like, I mean, they were correct,
Mhm.
but they were wrong at the same time? Question mark type shit. I don't fucking.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So
What
it's very
what's
bizarre.
yeah? What's sad is I listened to Floral Shop 2 before that album. Yeah, I listened to it in the same night as well. Not to mention, I listened
Mhm.
to Floral Shop 2, and then I was like,
Mhm.
and then I listened to, New Deluxe Life. It was like, oh shit, right. And the thing is that there's whole like a connection between both albums where HKE wanted
Yeah.
to make something weird and called it
Mhm.
Freed from the World 2, but wanted
Yeah.
there to
Yeah.
be some sort of like more controversy, so he decided to call it
Yeah.
Floral Shop 2. And yeah, he got what he wanted, all right. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's HK's he's kind of gone off the deep end over. I mean, he
He's
was
a
kind of
character.
strange before, but he's like totally lost it now, which
Yeah.
kind of sucks. That means we probably won't get another 2814 album or
Hey, I need to listen to a lot more 281 for myself. I've only listened to Birth of a New Day, but
yeah.
if we're talking about Dream Catalog, it was so interesting to kind of because what happened. Oh my gosh, I'm even looking at like the page right now. I was like, what the fuck? Uh, I remember listening, or no, I bought a Telepath album, Telepath and Golden
Mhm.
Living Rooms Virtual Fantasy. I forgot the year it's showing, but I bought that and downloaded it,
Mhm.
and then I got notifications from Dream Catalog, like out of nowhere, and then it started recommending me shit
Yeah.
like what Doc Weasel, Get in Tune with Doc Weasel, which is this like weird avant-garde fucking like what the fuck.
Yeah.
What you gonna do? Dream Catalog by Hulk Hogan. Episode one.
Yeah.
Evangelion characters in British supermarkets. Renaissance. It's like what the fuck. And
Yeah.
this album, I gave this album to Johnny, I haven't listened to
Mm.
it myself, but he unironically loved it, which it
Yeah.
was interesting though. I skimmed through it. I still haven't listened to it full, but it's definitely sounded interesting, and he likes it, so it got to be good, right? But it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know what the
Yeah. If
fuck.
Johnny likes it,
If Johnny
that's
likes
the
it, it's got to
one man
be.
who I trust with my music recommendations.
Of course. If Johnny likes it, it's got to be fucking awesome. Like holy shit. But yeah,
For real.
Johnny, I forget. Like, please come back on the pod. We still gotta do like an Aphex Twin related thing going on. God damn
That's
it.
real.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, Johnny is mm, a bloody
Mm.
lad. He is. I'm not British, but we're territory, so I guess I can. So
Yeah.
me and Johnny are related. But yeah, Dream Catalog. I don't know what Die and DMD. Wait, fuck. DMT tapes, which is another vaporwave label I
Yeah.
wanted to kind of get to, right?
Mm.
Because I want to start doing a vaporwave month where I listen to nothing but
Mm.
vaporwave a month yearly. I'm planning
Yeah.
on doing the first one in November, but the second one sometime in June or July next year. But
Yeah.
um, I was like looking at different labels in
Yeah.
the vaporwave scene, and dare I say, DMT tapes may be worse than Dream Catalog because all I could see is just a shit ton of AI artwork and probably
Yeah.
AI generated music as well. And it's like, bro, Dream Catalog, that's bad, right? But this is
Yeah.
probably worst. This is probably worse if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Well, it's like they're like literally. I mean, this part isn't even a news thing. It's been like this forever. But I think there are over 1,000 releases on DMT tapes,
Oh
which
my
is just
goodness. Like, what the fuck?
look at what they're on now.
There's different
Yeah,
ones.
like
There's
thousands.
there's DMT tapes FL or Florida and DMT
Yeah.
rec, which is which seems to wait. Yeah, it seems that this one has a lot of the releases a lot of people know. There's one I think was
Yeah.
like Computer Gaze. That's one of the
Mm.
albums I want to get into, and Home Vision's Mall Moods, which is another one I want to get into, right? But then if you go to DMT tapes Florida, it's like you're having fucking fever dream, and it's like what the fuck.
Yeah.
And then there's that one that sticks out where it's a Hurricane Watch by Florida Rains,
Mm.
and that might be the only one that's made by a human. And then you
Yeah.
continue scrolling, and it's just a shit ton of like religious AI art, and it's like what?
Yeah.
What the fuck is
Yeah. It's just bizarre. Like I don't know like why
like
like
it's
what the
it,
motivation behind releasing this is.
it's like you either want to experiment and like see if it garners attention, or you're actually like a psychopath, or just like not
Yeah.
mentally well in the head. It's like the Topster guy. It's like the Topster guy.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's
It's the
that whole
Top-
thing was I forgot about that.
how was your reaction when that shit happened?
It was like I don't even know.
Like
I just like saw it and I was like, this is bizarre.
it was bound to happen. It was
Yeah.
bound
Like
to
is it
happen.
yeah, because he was like posting that weird shit, but you could still use the website and then it
Yeah,
just finally
and
totally
the
went down.
and
But
the people were like, you know what? Let me use a different website.
yeah.
But it's like it was the funniest thing like to happen. Where it's like, oh my gosh, this is that fucking uh the devil in music, but then you could see like a little bit of text at the bottom. It says, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm shutting down Topster." Bye, like
Yeah.
bro.
It's like
Like
it's like
minor,
he used like the Beatles as evidence of the devil in music, which was
like
also very funny.
yeah. If I remember correctly, it was such a like an old thing where people
Yeah.
kept saying, "Oh, the Beatles hid like bad meanings." It's like what? And then it's like
Yeah.
that's like the only thing people were worried about, their topsters
Mm.
being deleted. It's like no,
Yeah.
fuck. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
I don't think I made a topster in literal years, but I probably should like
I should
update one or whatever.
I've made a topster recently.
Mm.
Fuck it, I'll show it to you actually because I wanted to put like Photoshop into it as well because I thought it was cool. But
Yeah.
let me see if I can find it. I think it's in here. Am I correct? I probably sent it, but oh yeah, I found it. Um, it's so
Deal.
bad. The albums are good, but the way I kind of formatted it is kind of
Yeah.
poop. But I'll show it to you in three, two.
And here's the reminder to editing you to put it up on the screen for
Thank you so much.
the podcast. Yeah,
Thank you.
that's good. I
Thank
was
you.
like looking through it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I want to add more, but it's kind
Mhm.
of like troubling to be like, oh, what the fuck do I want to add and all this shit. It's like, goddamn.
Yeah.
Pure
Real.
Guava. Pure Guava is the best Wayne album as of right now, in my personal opinion. I love
Mhm.
Pure Guava. Uh, Push the Little Daisies. What was that one song? Don't quiver, little boy. Your daddy's with you now. I don't remember. I can't name the amount of times I've sung during this podcast. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest.
I say I think that's number 2 today.
Yeah, that's twice. God damn,
That's
I'm on a roll.
oh
But
yeah.
yeah, oh my gosh, I'll try living like this because, of course, safe in the hands. Oh my gosh, oh my god. Wait, hold on. Safe in the hands of love. Oh my god, like no
Mhm.
one. Okay, I'm over exaggerating, but basic, like barely anyone talk about this project by Eve Stummer, and it's so fucking
Yeah.
good. It's the only one I come back to in terms of like songs like
Mhm.
Noid, fucking.
Yeah.
Okay, I could barely remember the song names, but oh my gosh, oh my god, it's so
Yeah.
fucking good though.
I would say I like the whole uh glam rock sort of stuff that Eves is doing now, but
Yeah,
it doesn't like stick with me as much as that the old weird
hmm
hypnagogic psychedelic stuff.
yeah. I haven't listened to a lot of his stuff from this time. I know there is when men fails or something like that
Mhm.
with the black and white
Yeah.
cover, and then there's two off streaming albums from him if I remember correctly
Yeah.
that I'm also like interested in. I need to check out those. But he also has like stuff under the name Teams, Days Off
Mhm.
being one of them, and I think people kind of put that with Vaporwave, but it's definitely a lot more chill wave oriented
Yeah.
in my personal opinion. But that's also a
Yeah.
cool ass album though. Holy shit.
Mhm. Yeah. And then he did some stuff. Yeah, he was in Bodyguard with
James
uh
Ferraro.
James Ferraro, which
I I I I, I didn't even think that we had to like talk about James this episode. And you are a James fan as well, and knowing how prolific
yeah,
he
very much
himself
so.
is. But yeah, but Cities of Eve, Mike,
Mhm.
Dune, Fly Low, Bus Driver. It's like, oh
Yep.
my gosh. I'm not going to like say every album on there, but oh my gosh, every album on there is
Mhm.
so fucking good though. But yeah, James. Oh my gosh, James released last year. I haven't listened to it personally, but I
Yeah.
know some like
Yeah, I haven't listened to those
it's some like
either. They're kind of like weird. Yeah.
yeah, Genware I think was called like modern
Mhm.
classical, usual modern classical stuff really.
Yeah.
And a funny thing is that I was watching this video on TikTok where it's like vaporwave albums, and then someone had said Human Story 3, and I remember listening
Mhm.
to it. I don't remember it being vaporwave though. That's the weird
Yeah.
thing.
It's
And
like I think the only reason that people call it vaporize is because it's kind of Far Side Virtual E,
yeah,
and then Far Side Virtual is kind of vaporwave.
yeah,
But yeah.
I think it's very interesting
Mhm.
where but it's just like a lot of like strings and but it's like text to
Yeah.
speech and all that. It's like, I mean, I guess it has some sort of like similar capitalism like critiques to like what vaporwave
Yeah.
has, but as a vaporwave album, that's kind of weird in my personal opinion. I'm not sure, right? And
Yeah.
knowing that utopian virtual is of like a vaporwave subgenre as well, and there has been, that album along with R+7 by Wonder Tricks Point Never, which
Yep.
I personally don't consider to be a vaporwave album, but it is utopian virtual,
Yeah.
so I'm not sure.
Mhm.
It's kind of interesting though, but I
Yeah,
guess
that one's kind of even its own thing. Like
yeah. I guess it's kind of interesting where it's like, you know, there's also some future funk stuff, and I guess that like future funk is a subgenre of vaporwave, but there has been,
Mm.
some connections to it from like French house, so it's kind of like a fusion.
Yeah.
And it's gone to the point where some future funk releases are its own thing and not directly
Mhm.
related to vaporwave. Like Young Bass Bay and Micro Suit
Yeah.
8299's A Million Miles Away, they're vaporwave. But some other releases uh aren't really considered vaporwave, or at least from when I don't listen to a lot of future funk nowadays though.
Yeah, me neither. I still sometimes return to like that first Sailor Wave. Listen to that one a good
Mm,
amount, but like I don't listen to a ton, or Saint Pepsi, obviously too. And that's like the real
hmm
fusion sort of stuff. Because
Yeah. I have not listened to any Sailor Wave, and I've
yeah,
only listened to Bay,
mm,
and I've only listened to A Million Miles Away. But again,
yeah,
they got some slappers, but I never come back to them.
mm,
But they got some slappers all right though.
no, for real.
Ah shit. But yeah, some of the recent vaporwave that isn't SNM Shroud related that I kind
Mm,
of see myself coming back to, or at least I think I remember coming back to. I
mm,
think yeah, it's mainly broken transmission. That's kind of funny.
mm.
Where it's like I had a whole discussion with Drum on the episode with Drum where we kind of talked
Yeah,
about enjoying it from a casual sense as opposed to like kind of comparing the enjoyability of broken transmission, comparing it to classic vapor, utopian virtual, which is I guess is also kind of interesting to talk about. But we also got
mm,
again future funk, slush wave, each subgenre definitely is like enjoyed to a degree, and like very differently. Some may kind of treat one as more of an experience than using it as some sort of
mm.
way to enjoy it from a casual sense, or like when walking around, or when you're focusing on another thing. It's like i'm not I'm not sure, but it's cool though.
Yeah. Broken
Yeah,
Transmission is really sick. I've been using a lot of Telepath album as background music while studying. His
that's
stuff is really good for that.
that's awesome. I think some of the recent broken transmission stuff I've listened to
Mhm.
when I was just like fucking around on Bandcamp, because I out of the blue I was just like, you know what? I don't listen to a lot of Bandcamp releases, right? I don't
Mhm.
have so okay, kind of looking at it in a way where it's like, oh, you're going on Bandcamp and you're just kind of skimming through them or like listening to them. I never do that. And when I was like kind of doing that, I decided, you know what? Let me either go on Bandcamp and look for an album that I want to listen to, or I go to like again a Pie Turrington video and I'd be like, yeah, let me listen to
Mhm.
this. So some of this I listen to like Robustum's public broadcasting service.
Mhm.
Uh, the name of the is that the artist name, or is that yeah, that's the artist name. I forgot I can't name the artist because it's more of a symbol, but
Yeah.
the name of okay, but the name of the album is Picto Chai Love Letters, and it's like this like cute little this cute little fucking like DS inspired album. I can't really explain it all
That's
that
cool.
much, but it's like, that was a recommended.
So that's a very vaporwave album title too.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because like I when I listened to it, I was kind of reminded of Picture Child, and there's this like whole
Mhm.
thing where it's like you could talk to people on this website where it's basically like Picture Child,
Yeah.
and they have a dedicated Discord server as well. So yeah,
Mhm.
Hallmark 87's Quiet Storms was a very interesting one. I've listened to what was it? Not Academy, the other one.
Uh,
Atrium. I listened to Atrium
yeah.
before, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And I wanted to listen to Academy, but I didn't. But then listening to Quiet
Mhm.
Storms was like, oh shit. It's like broken transmission, but more of a conceptual radio type style
Yeah.
where it again, it's like, storms and shit, and it's like, radio
Mhm.
broadcasts like talking to them. It's just like, what the fuck? Casino Master, we were talking about HKE, so gotta bring
Mhm.
that back. Uh
Of course.
fucking it's the one with the pink one. I wish it was the other one, which I also gotta listen to. But it's mainly the one everyone knows with the pink and shit. A Signal Ambient by Victory Over Death was another one. There has been
Mhm.
other ones that I listened to beforehand. Yeah, Before We Appear by Victory Over Death, International Telecoms
Yeah.
3 EM Signals. There's a shit ton. CRT Paralysis slideshow as well. I'm not gonna
Mhm.
go into like everything, but that was a good one as well. It's like fuck, I'm yapping. You talking.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, fuck.
But yeah, vaporwaves something I'll always go back to. Like there's
Yeah.
never a time in my life where I don't want to.
Oh, of
I'm
course.
like, I'm not feeling this.
Yeah. Oh wait, hold on.
But yeah, still looking at your concert. That
I,
Nerd album, that's a good one.
yeah, it fucking awesome. I'm
But
sorry, I had to mute for a bit because I have a dog in here and she was barking just now.
oh,
So
you're good.
sorry to the people watching or listening, and you heard that. I'll try to do better next time. Besides that though, yeah, the Topster. Oh my gosh, the Yeah album. Damn it.
That one's great.
It's so. Ooh, I love a lot of these, and a lot of these I don't come back to. I know it's kind of ironic we were
Mhm.
talking about vaporwave, but Genjutsu or
Yeah.
Okote by Telepath I don't come back to a
Mhm.
lot. But again, sick as fuck album.
Yeah,
Uh
that's one of the ones where like when it hits, it hits.
oh yeah, it was my first Telepath album as well, and it
Mhm.
was very like funky even for like an album that's kind of like more based around like ambient and like drones, like again slush wave,
Mhm.
but it was just like ooh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's just standing on the corner, Apex Twin, Sauce
Mhm. Of
Malone. Again,
course.
y'all looked at the screen already, so I don't know. I don't know what
Yeah.
else to say. Um yeah, Vaporwave is awesome. And I don't know if we will come back to it later in this episode. If we
Mhm.
do, we do. If we don't, we don't. But kind of straying away from that. What have you been listening to recently? If you have been listening to stuff like this.
Yeah. So this was I wasn't even expecting this to be that stacked of a release Friday last week, but there were a ton of albums that uh, really stuck with me. There is a new Foxing album, which they're
Foxing.
kind of like a big mid 2010s emo band, but they like took a total pivot into like noise rock. So that's really good.
Emo.
And then
Yeah, emo's a very
yeah.
interesting. Sorry to cut you off. Emo's a very interesting genre that I still haven't delved
Mhm.
a lot into. Again, there's like a shit ton. There's like Orchid, even though they're more like metal,
Mhm.
but there's also like
Yeah.
Jerome's Dream. I think there was one versus
Yeah.
Self. Uh, Jehu. There's like a shit ton. Oh my gosh, I can't even like name
Yeah.
all them, but yeah.
Absolutely. And then obviously all the Brat remixes, which
Mm.
that was an album that I didn't even get that like I don't think I've ever really connected with Charlie XCX, and I've just kind of given up. I never will, but Brat was still pretty good.
I
Um,
I haven't
the
listened to
remixes are
Brad
good.
still. I haven't listened to Brad still. I'm gonna
Yeah,
be honest. Like,
that's fair. Um, but the remixes were pretty good for that. There's a new Not a Surf album. We're this like early 2000s, late 90s power pop indie band. That's kind of my like I have a soft spot for bands like that where they like peaked in 2002, but they're kind of still pumping out music and it's still pretty decent. I don't know. There's something about that that
that's awesome.
I still enjoy. Um, but yeah, it's been a lot of that. A lot of um, I went through a Justin Timberlake phase in
Oh,
late summer, which was bad timing for that. And I know it's like he's kind of
yeah,
awful, but
Damn.
Like, I think still every single time I hear Sexy Back, it still kind of blows my mind in a way, which is so goofy to say since that was like just a massive pop song.
Yeah, but
But
that shit was a classic though. So how can you blame
I
it?
don't know that Timbaland production.
Yeah. But I'm more of a shit. What you call it? The one with Pharrell. That one I like a lot more. If I'm being honest. Is it? Wait,
Yeah,
is
that's
that?
right.
Wait, is that Justin? Wait, Justin Timberlake, right? Is it? No, wait,
Yeah.
hold on. Wait,
Um,
am I? Wait, am I confusing it for another white boy? Hold on. I'm so sorry,
I'm trying to I'm trying to think. Uh,
Justin.
I don't know if JT song of
i-
Pharrell, but I might
i-
be.
Is it for? It is not for. Oh shit. Okay, it's not for El Fike. Who is it? Mark Ronson. And I'm just an idiot.
Oh yeah, that would probably. Let me
I'm
look up.
blurred. No, it's Robin Thicke. Oh my gosh,
Oh yeah. Oh,
bro.
that song. I like that song too. That's like so creepy, but it's kind of a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, I just think the Pharrell's production is awesome from the lyric standpoint. The
Yeah.
nah. Wait,
Yeah.
have you seen like the OG music video for that? By the way,
Yeah. That it's just like
yeah, yeah. We don't talk about that.
creepy, but
Yeah,
yeah. Oh, we got a good Weird Al parody out of it, so that's all you need.
that's awesome. Oh boy, yeah, Justin Timberlake. Okay.
Mm.
Let me change that. My was it Mirror? I will mirror. Okay, that's the third time. But yeah, I think that one's. I like that one a lot
Mm.
more, if I'm being honest. But
That
yeah,
was good. Yeah. Yeah, Mears is great. It's got kind of a. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of Suit and Tie. Suit and Tie has a really bad Jay-Z verse, but Mears is good.
oh my god, nostalgia, suit and tie. Oh my goodness.
I
I
was like listening to that again. I was like, damn, this beat is crazy.
if oh my god, okay. I was gonna say I'm gonna stop singing, but nah, that just came out of me. Damn it. But yeah, suit and tie. Fuck. Oh shit. What else were you listening to? I completely forgot. Fuck.
Um, I'm just going through like my recents in Apple Music. There's a new Origami Angel album coming out in like a couple weeks, so I'm excited for that. What else?
I
This
think I
Stevie Wonder. Can never go
mm,
wrong.
Stevie Wonder.
Hell yeah.
I've only listened to like
Uh,
one Stevie Wonder album, and you could probably
yeah.
already guess which one. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, hey, it's a classic.
yeah,
There's so many
absolutely.
songs on that. It's got like 5 albums worth of good songs. So,
Yeah, it's a good album though. Oh my goodness.
mm. Yeah. What else? There's Chapel Roan, a little bit of that. I haven't gotten crazy into her, but
Let's see.
some good songs. And then yeah, that's been about it. Oh, some LCD Sound System too.
Hell yeah. Uh, shit. I think mine. Okay, so aside from the Dynamic Shroud stuff, I think mine's barely
Mm.
changed from the last time. I was recording a podcast.
Mm.
Yeah, last podcast I was talking to a bucket of Jake, and I talked about some of like the jazz stuff I was listening to.
Mm.
I listened to Thembi by Pharoah Sanders, Insatiable High by Masayoshi Takanaka, Inventions and Dimensions by Herbert Hancock, Makeup City by Katsupi, and a
Mm.
shit ton of others. Uh, but I mainly focused on For Alto by Anthony Braxton because it was such a very like interesting album. It was just like a solo
Mm.
sax album and
That's
him
cool.
playing freely, and it was like solo any instrument album with
Mm.
no vocals is something that I haven't really dove they
Yeah.
dive yeah dove into, right?
Yeah. You know what I mean?
And to listen to For Alto is was an experience to say the
Mm.
least, where it's interesting. But again, when it comes to free jazz, listening to it from a sense of like casual, just like the working transmission talk, where it's like listening to it in a casual setting, you
Mm.
cannot do that in the slightest, bro.
Yeah.
Like And I don't know if you have listened to
Uh,
any Anthony Braxton,
I've
but
not, but I'm gonna add that to my wish list.
oh yeah, oh my gosh, you're okay. You're gonna if you listen to that first, I pray for you, right? But if you're gonna go in the smart, if you go in the smart route and you're gonna listen to something like fucking New York Fall 1974 or Five Pieces, definitely go in that direction. But for alto,
All right.
my goodness. But yeah, yeah, he's a very like interesting he's
Yeah.
very
Mhm.
prolific, over 100 studio albums and over 100 live albums. I shit you not.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah,
That seems to be like the topic today. Is we talk about Death Sign Extra and a little bit about James Ferraro. It's like all those artists that have insane discographies.
yeah, this is like the opposite of your video. It's just
Yeah.
oh my gosh. And I know you're a big fan of like They Might Be Giants as well.
Yeah.
And they're not really someone who I've gone into, but who's to say that I'm not interested, right? I'm very interested in their stuff.
Yeah.
And uh my sister has a daughter, my niece, and
Mhm.
they would play, she would like watch Mickey Mouse, and I keep on forgetting. I was like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
They Might Be Giants made that
Yeah.
song. Like, it's like holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh my
No, they've
god.
been everywhere. Like one of the fun things about being a fan of theirs is that like once a year there will be something that'll come up and I'm like, oh wait, this was them. Like obviously they did the Malcolm in the Middle theme song.
They did
I
that? Oh shit.
yeah, that was them. Um, and then I was looking and they did a song for the Sims 2 soundtrack where they recorded one of their songs in like the Simlish fake made up language.
That's awesome.
And I was like, that's such a weird random thing for them to do. Um, they did a cover of a like an 1840 presidential campaign song for like a charity album too,
That's
which
awesome.
is
That's fucking awesome. Like,
but yeah, they're all over the place. They have like a EP called Songs About Coffee, which is just a bunch of like 30-second songs that they wrote for Dunkin' Donuts commercials in the late 90s. So,
oh my goodness. Yeah, I need to.
yeah, there's all over.
I need to get into their music. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's no shortage of stuff to listen to from them.
Yeah, I don't even are they still making music now?
Yeah, they've like slowed down a little bit, which is to say they've gone from releasing like one album every 2 years to
Mm-hmm.
releasing one every 3 or 4. Um, but yeah, they had an album called Book come out in 2021, which was pretty good. And then
That's awesome.
I think they said they're releasing something early next year, and they
Ooh.
have some recordings done. But
Yeah, I want to know like what goes through people's head when it's like, yeah, I want to become like prolific as fuck, and kind of
yeah,
just like make a shit ton of like even in my head, right? Because again, I
mhm,
recently just started making, some more like vaporwave, and I want to continue doing that as long as it sounds good and as long as a lot of people also actually
yeah,
that's a lie. I'll probably continue making even if people don't like it, but if like it kind of be better, all that shit, right? That's besides the point though. I
mhm,
don't. I'm not the type of person to like be like, you know what, I'm gonna set the date for this. Nah, I'm just gonna like release it whenever I want to or like can and all that
yeah,
shit. But kind of looking at again like Telepath, They Might Be Giants, That's Not a Shroud, um, fucking James Ferraro, and knowing like what
mhm,
goes through the heads where it's like, I want to make a shit ton of like music and just put it on the internet.
yeah.
My gosh.
Oh, like even like uh, it's like for the Heavy Giants, you can say, okay, they were formed in 1982,
Mm,
and so it's like, okay, you're releasing one album every 2 or 3 years for 40 years, which is still crazy.
yeah.
But then you look at like Telepath and Ferraro, and it's like I think like in like 2014 and 2015, Telepath probably released in those 2 years probably released like 30 albums, and then
Mm-hmm.
same with like Ferraro. I was like just writing about Ferraro's I think it was 2009, and then like 2008 and 2009. he released like 16 albums in both of those years, and those were like slowed down from before then. It was crazy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Telepath hasn't really been making music nowadays, from what I can see,
Yeah,
or especially under like the Telepath thing. Apparently, he just like stopped
mm,
using that alias and just kind of went
yeah,
on and like make one more album where every song was like 37 minutes and it was like a long ass track
yeah,
list. And so he's now just like posting like archival music on his like YouTube channel. And
yeah,
yeah, I don't know what else to say, but I know he had an alias called Echo Nigga, and
yeah.
I would say that's a sick ass name. I'm gonna be honest. Like I use that as a nickname on Discord at some point.
Yeah, I was like, I think I've seen you with that name in the
Yeah.
Filmo chord.
Yeah, I just wanna preface that I'm black. I'm not white. I'm
Yeah,
from the Caribbean. To people who's listening, right? But yeah, Echo Nigga, I fucking love that name. It's unfortunate that, it had to be used by a non black person,
yeah,
but at the same time, it's so fucking good. I
yeah.
wanna
Have
listen
you
to it.
listened to that album? I haven't,
No,
but
I know I think he sampled DJ Khaled at some point, but I need to download it and listen to it. Oh my gosh. Matter of fact,
there's a song called Echo Kush 420. That's
if it's free
great.
on if it's free on Bandcamp,
Yeah.
even if it's not
Mm,
free on Bandcamp, we have SoulSeek. I'll use that. But I'm
yeah,
definitely downloading that. I'm supposed to
yeah.
I'm supposed to do another thing with Drum where we like talk about like Telepath albums. So when the Vapor month start or some when Vapor month starts or sometime before Vapor month, I'll start listening to Telepath. But or more
Mm,
Telepath, I should say, because again, I've already listened to like some of his albums like Genjutsu,
yeah.
Andromeda, that one
Mm,
with the lady looking down,
yep.
Virtual Fantasy, and I think there's another one that I'm forgetting. Uh
Mm.
but yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to listen to a lot more of his stuff. Echo Nigga. Oh my goodness. That's such an awesome name, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
That can be your conclusion to Vapor Month, is that's your grand finale.
Oh, hell to the no. No, that'd be awesome, but at the same time,
Disaster.
oh yeah, it's an EP. Wait, no, it's like
Yeah.
30 something minutes, but it's like 5 songs.
Mm.
That cover is hilarious though. Oh, it's on our archival page. Ah, damn. I don't know. I'm a tiny bit skeptical when it comes to like
Yeah.
archival pages, and I'm not an audiophile, but at the same time, I'm like, what if the audio's like a bit? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just over
Yeah.
exaggerating.
That's
I don't
so.
know. Yeah. Also, Asu Tenki. That's another
Mm.
very prolific artist. Oh fuck. And they
Yep.
stopped making music. Uh
Yeah.
goddamn. I need to check out shit ton of more of his stuff as well. Fuck. But yeah,
So that's another 92 albums.
yeah. And the 6 hour one. Mm,
Mm.
I've only listened to about like two of his albums though. So yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely got a lot to go through. But yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Fuck. Yeah, but shit. Yeah, prolific like I can't name like any other like prolific artists that hasn't
Mm.
been mentioned in this video, but holy shit.
That's what I'm trying to think it out. I can't think of any. I guess like C418, the guy behind the Minecraft soundtrack, he's got
Oh
like
shit.
20 albums.
Yeah. Oh, we can't forget about Aphex Twin, the fight.
Oh yeah.
Aphex it has like many fucking aliases and like I think there's
Yeah.
now of course they're not official, but there has been like a shit ton of bootlegs under his name as well, which is interesting.
Yeah, he like dropped all that stuff on
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud too, I feel like.
Yeah. It's like holy shit. Like I need to like
Mm.
get into more of his stuff. It's been a fucking while since I've listened
Yeah.
to an Aphex album, but he Aphex is cool as fuck. He needs to come back and like drop it full
Yeah, yeah.
length, but it's his choice. I heard that he didn't really want to, or he wasn't in the mindset to like listen to like make a full length release, so it makes
Mhm.
sense. But yeah, again,
Yeah.
Aphex. Uh, but yeah, as for prolific artist goes, I can't really name anymore as of right now. But yeah, so yeah, I don't know. But there has been like a shit ton of like genres that you have kind of talked about on, or
Mhm.
not genres specific, but like albums in genres that you've talked
Yeah,
about on your TikTok. And I think one of the most recent ones has been by DJ Ramon, last name I can't
yeah,
pronounce, uh who made like a Brazilian funk record. And like I
yeah.
I don't know what to say. Like Brazilian funk, it's one of those like recent genres. Well, I know
Mhm.
it's been here for a while now, but it's been a genre where it's like, people on TikTok will use it for edits or just use it,
Mhm.
and it was like, oh my gosh, it's so sorry. And I'm not saying it's bad because, after watching some of DJ Ramon's like stuff on TikTok,
Yeah,
he is so fucking good. It's so
yeah.
good. It's,
But he's like, I don't even know how. Like my favorite thing about I saw like some tweet like a year ago where it was like, uh, the best thing about uh Brazilian funk is like you can play those songs on third volume and it's still the loudest sound in
yeah.
like ever created. Like it's just I don't even know how they do it, but it's so noisy and just insane.
For anyone who's not familiar, uh please search him up on TikTok and watch
Yeah.
his videos. It'll be the most coolest but also the most funniest shit you've ever seen. But at the same time, DJ Mo's shit is so like cool as shit. So it's like, how can you blame
Yeah.
it? It's so. Have you seen his son do it? His son was
I've
doing.
not. That's crazy.
Oh my gosh! I don't. He looks like what, 5'6", probably like 7, but he was doing it on his DJ table, and you could hear the dad just screaming. It's like, oh my gosh, that's wholesome, like.
Yeah. Raising him well.
Exactly, Brazilian school, Brazilian exam.
Yeah, exactly. I guess we won't be able to see him on Twitter anymore though, because you
Mm,
know, Brazil got banned from
yeah, that's.
or Twitter got banned Brazil, but
Hey, if I'm being honest, Brazil's probably lucky.
yeah, for real.
They're probably lucky, dog. But yeah, it's kind of disappointing for the people who did want to go on Twitter in Brazil.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't know. I'm hoping that this country is next. I'm hoping that Cayman is next. I'm sorry, but yeah, fuck. Yeah, Twitter. We've already talked about Twitter. Did we? No, we talked
Yeah.
about like,
Yeah,
yeah,
we talked a little bit about it at the start.
yeah. But I don't think we're gonna continue going back into the Twitter discussion. Besides that, because
That's fair.
yeah,
Yeah.
not a lot of people want to talk about Twitter or whatever the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, DJ Ramon, awesome dude.
Mhm.
But there's been like some noise music as well. But I
Mhm.
think it was like mainly. I don't. Was it mainly Merzbow? I've seen you talked about. I think there was some more, but there has been like a footwork noise album, which is very interesting that you talked about on
Oh
your
yeah, yeah.
recent one.
Yeah, that one's the Gray Data album. That one's super cool. That one's like I've only listened to that one once because it like legit hurts to listen to because it's so noisy. Even at like quiet volumes, it's just
Yeah,
high pitches, abrasive. But
I can't imagine myself listening to that with headphones, and let
yeah,
alone my damn phone mic. Oh, my phone
yeah,
speaker, because
yeah,
I was watching the video and it was like, what the fuck? I've seen the cover, right? And I'd expect it to
mm,
be some sort of like probably glitch, probably ambient. It's like, no, it's
yeah,
the loudest shit you ever heard without
yeah,
exaggeration. It's like, what the fuck? But,
yeah.
again,
It's noisy.
yeah, I have a deep appreciation for experimental music though. As someone who
Mhm.
don't listen to it a lot, aside from like experimental hip hop, experimental music is definitely like cool shit because like it's just interesting ways to like express how you feel and all this shit, or just kind of interesting
Yeah,
like sound and textures and all this shit, right? But at the same time, it can go very far to just being some just like boring or like uninteresting.
yeah,
So, mm,
yeah.
but
That's like the worst thing is boring noise music. Like it's just
yeah,
a pain to get through.
and I wanted to make a video on free jazz. Still haven't gotten
Mhm.
around to that, and I don't know if I will anytime soon. I feel like I should definitely
Yeah.
listen to a lot more. But that's like one of the prime examples of like kind of expressing your emotion, especially like through jazz. I'm sure there's quite some people who didn't expect jazz to take such a aggressive sound, despite how
Mhm.
cool and calming it is for the most part, or from their experience. But when they get into the more niche sound of jazz, or like the niche area where not like isn't really all that talked about in the common eye, I think that was the like saying. It's like, damn.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be sick to make a video on free jazz because there's so much there. It's even like an older genre than vaporwave by miles. So there's a lot more to talk about.
Exactly. Like, and I'm glad that there is some people making free jazz or like jazz period.
Mhm,
I think one of the like albums in like top 10 RYM of this year is like Nala Seinfeld, and I need
mhm,
to listen to Nala Seinfeld. I still haven't. Uh, but she made Space 1.8, I think it was called, from like 2 years ago,
mhm.
if not last year. I could be wrong. And then she
Yeah,
made this one, and it's on Warp. Flying Ways is on
yeah.
Warp. Yeah, it's on Warp or Brain Feeder. Like
Mhm.
either way,
Everyone's on warp. Like,
yeah, everyone's
yeah.
on. Oh yeah, that's great, bro. People are low key racist. I feel like people are just low key racist. It's like
Yes.
when no, I could be over exaggerating because I know they had the same experience when they had like a. I don't listen to them, but Squid, I think it was the rock band, the
Yeah.
post punk.
Yep.
But then I decided to like go on Instagram and like see what they were thinking of when Slauson Malone or Slauson Malone One now released his new album on
Yeah.
or is releasing, and then people were like, "We want the old Warp back," and it's like, "What?"
Yeah. It's like, what the fuck? I was like, this is. I feel like Sloss Malone, even like I feel like he fits in with
Oh yeah,
uh, sort of.
yeah. He's
Yeah, I'm
very
like looking through the Warp catalog here, and it's like, I feel like he fits in. He's that new kind of IDM-ish,
yeah. His
the
newer
Vegas
sound
stuff.
for sure. I feel like
Mhm.
his old sound would definitely go towards something like I don't fucking know. Probably Billy Woods' label, Backwoods.
Yeah.
No,
Mhm.
kind of to a degree probably,
Yeah.
but mainly the hip hop style because God knows
Mhm.
that there's probably not gonna be like a singer songwriter album on the Backwoods label anytime
Yeah.
soon. Need to listen to
Yeah.
more stuff on that. Holy shit!
Mhm.
But yeah, just like I don't know, bro. Like Austin Malone stuff is fucking awesome as well, and it was just kind of disappointing to see a lot of people say, "Oh, we don't want this." Well, y'all gonna get it. That album was
Yeah.
cool. That was cool. Need to listen to more of it though. But
Yeah. I feel like Sloss Malone fits better on Warp than Squid does, to be honest.
yeah, but like
Like,
Voyager and New Joy, amazing songs, amazing songs,
no,
dude.
yeah.
Fuck. Oh shit. Oh my goodness. Right. I think something slipped my mind for a bit. Ah, damn it. Okay, hold
Yeah, New Joy's sick. The outro of that song almost reminds me off of like something I've heard on like Igor or like by Tyler.
Yeah, the outro for the song is very interesting compared to the rest of the song, and
Yeah,
it's just like this very like slow burn, but no slow, but it's like fast tempo at the same time. Where it's like
yeah,
it sounds so different from how the song started, and
mhm,
I'm satisfied for sure. But what if it was just like it sounded the same throughout? That I think it would have been like cool, but the way it transitioned was also very like cool as well.
yeah,
So yeah, uh, but yeah, yeah. Besides like starting on the corner like slots and stuff, I don't know what else he worked on. He had a mixtape literally called the
mhm,
One, where he when he was
yeah,
younger, from what I remember. So that was very interesting.
yeah. That
And
was old.
yeah, and Metzelos as well. I need to listen to both.
Mhm,
Um, was it Poor Boy? Yeah, but there's been some like controversy with Medhani,
yeah,
so I'm not really sure when I'll be listening to that or any Medhani,
yeah,
to be honest. Also,
mhm,
yeah, the whole debate on like separating the art from the artist is very interesting to say the least.
yeah. No,
And
yeah, yeah. I've been thinking about a lot for sure.
yeah, because of course you could say like but like when the music reflects the artist, that's when
Mhm,
people should start raising eyebrows. Because again,
yeah,
daughters, very infamous example.
yep, Yeah,
And
that was one of the things where like when I listened to those albums, it's kind of like okay, like I still appreciate them and I still love them. Like their self-titled album is one of my favorite albums of all time. But it's one of those things where I'm like, it does make it very difficult to listen to because of how it's not like because my original assumption before everything came out when I first listened to those albums was okay, he's either well probably not playing a character. This is very much an exaggerated form of whatever struggles he's personally going through. But now it's kind of
yeah,
like, oh, this is like, okay, he's actually serious a lot about a lot of these things. It just
yeah,
makes it more difficult to listen to. Like, I can still appreciate everything about it, and
yeah,
I don't think it makes it any worse, but it does make it so I come back to it far less than I did.
yeah, for sure. It's just like goodness gracious, knowing that what he
Yeah,
did for, or not for the fight, what he did to Christian, and
yeah,
not just him, but knowing that any of the band members also didn't really do shit
mhm,
about the whole thing. It's like what the fuck that
yeah,
shit. Like god damn,
yeah,
like we need justice for it. Like god, like
yeah. I was like, he should be in prison.
he def should.
Like, yeah,
Speaking of people being in prison, P Diddy, he's in
yep,
prison now, so he
yeah.
got locked
Which,
up.
thank God. Bro, I was filling out this assignment for school the other day, and I don't even remember what it was for, but it was like, oh, it was about like perspectives and stuff. And it was like, okay, I have to write down one celebrity that I have a positive view of, and one celebrity that I'm, quote unquote, sketched out by. And I was like, it's like, is it kind of fucked up to put P. Diddy here as a celebrity that I think is kind of sketchy? That's a bit of an understatement, but
Yeah, very big understatement. As a matter of fact, holy,
yeah,
like what he did was fucked. And there's like a shit ton
yeah,
of allegations where he
mhm,
did some stuff with male rappers. That's
yeah,
very important. But we're not going to get into that. But it's like what?
yeah,
And of course, the video of him beating his wife or ex-wife is like holy
yeah,
shit, holy shit.
yeah.
Unfortunately, statutes of limitations, all that. So what was
Mhm.
the best thing he could have done? Make a fucking apology video for it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Like,
Oh my gosh, dude. Is he no wait, there's been like two celebrity apologies that I remember. Him and Travis Scott. I
mhm.
don't know any
Yeah,
other like apology video from any celebrity like ever.
yeah.
And
The
it's sad.
the Travis Scott one is
Oh
just
yeah,
awful.
yeah, that one's hilarious. Oh my goodness. Insert Travis Scott rubbing his head here.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
make sure to do that in editing. It's very important.
Very, very important. If you don't add it, future Samson, I'll kill you. No, I won't, but I'll hate you for it though. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Biggest regret.
Biggest regret. Oh my gosh. But it's like oh I don't oh yeah, Ronnie Radke has to be another person
Oh yeah.
who a lot of
No,
people
he's
would love to see in like locked up. 'Cause, like
yeah.
he it's like what's funny is that there's like a recent video of him uh stitching another person where they were kind of like talking shit on this song that he deemed ironic, but then he
Yeah.
continues to defend it despite the fact. And basically it was like someone's like this, like no matter how much you like make fun of someone, the song is still shit because it's just like a Reddit mods theme when they get angry and like have red glowing
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah.
Oh my
He's like
gosh.
this crazy internet presence.
Yeah.
Like
Like holy shit. Like you would have never told wait, what was the song that made him like my life like you would have never told me that
yeah.
nigga would like done bad shit. Like what the
Yeah. No,
fuck?
that's like so funny too. Like I
Bro.
don't know.
You know the amount of times I've seen Brad Taste and music fans just say my life is like a video, or like Brad's like,
Video.
bro, please shut the fuck up for once. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's like you can't ruin this song is truly special and it's one of a kind. You can't ruin this for me by
Exactly. But it's like they've ruined it even more. It's like
yeah.
I think just like a lot of people don't talk about this a lot, which is kind of unfortunate. But a lot of people don't talk about how bad music memes or music jokes in the underground music
Mhm.
scene are, because I think, or just kind of like questions was like, someone on Twitter recently was like, what is the brat for men, or some shit.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, it's like
what,
there's not even a joke there. It's just like, oh, this is a thing I recognize.
yeah, it's just like
It's
bad
like, oh,
question. It's like, oh my, I really don't know. I don't know what to say. It's just like, huh?
yeah,
And like majority of them is just like inside jokes where it's like you got to be in
yeah,
the know to know, like Mordecai reference.
yeah,
It's like at the end of the day, it's not that funny. It really isn't, in my
mhm,
personal opinion.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I agree.
Well, yeah, it's just, I don't know. Not every community is perfect or anything like
Mm.
that, but Lord have mercy, this community is just, I don't know. Okay, it's not bad. It's not filled with like toxic, or at least a shit ton of
Yeah,
toxic people. But it's
yeah.
just the
At least the toxicity isn't bad.
yeah. It's mainly the unfunny aspect that I just want to focus on. Also, there is garbage takes around the community. Of course, there's garbage takes
Yeah.
around every fucking community. Like, so what else we got to say?
Mm.
But it's like, uh, music. I don't know what to say about it. I
Yeah.
really don't. Like,
Yeah.
well, yeah. Oh, I liked how we went from. Oh yeah, that's right. Fucking I don't.
Yeah.
Mm,
P Diddy.
P Diddy, the nigga
That's,
from Daughters. I forgot his name. Oh
yeah.
shit. It don't matter what his name is. He's an asshole. And
Yeah.
Ronnie Radke.
Yeah.
I don't know. Remember? Did you know Charles Manson made music?
Yeah. He actually wrote a song for the Beach Boys. That's on one of their album,
You're
which is
lying.
crazy.
You're
Yeah,
lying.
it's on. It's like pretty good. And you wouldn't even know because they changed the
The
um
lyrics.
lyrics, but it's on 20/20. And what is it? I think it's Never Learn Not to Love. Maybe not. Let me look.
That's crazy. Out of
It's a
all
different
people,
one.
P. No, why am I saying P Diddy? Charles Manson. I'm
Yeah,
so
there's
sorry, P
some
Diddy.
song that he wrote. I'm trying to find it. Um,
And out of all people, the Beach Boys. God,
yeah. Well, it's because um he like lived with one of the Beach Boys for like a
mm,
week or something.
holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, Never Learn Not to Love was um an altered version of Cease to Exist by Charles Manson.
You would think it would be like he would fucking write for another asshole like Gigi Allen or
Yeah.
something. No, the Beach
Yeah.
Boys. Oh my,
Yeah,
that's
there's like so much crazy lore of that band too, like just
oh my
all over the
gosh.
place.
Do not, bro. Do not come to ask me. Oh, what do you think, Beach? Bro, all I've listened to was Pet Sounds. I can't really say anything else.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's wild. That's a crazy ass fact. If I say so myself, holy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say. It was fucking. That's just crazy. Cause
Mm.
yeah, I don't think there's been like, well, like ghostwriters, or at least ghostwriters that I'm not. No, no,
Yeah.
or would you consider? I mean, he's definitely like someone who wrote for popular brand, but you wouldn't really expect that because knowing how different both artists are, it kind of feels
Yeah.
weird calling Charles Manson an artist, but that's the unfortunate case.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's like,
It's like you don't need to be a good person to be an artist, as we've
yeah,
very much established.
exactly. Because we've never looked at, or I never looked at him as an artist. Just fucking cult leader like everyone else, and it's just crazy. Holy shit! I don't know what else to say
Yeah.
about it. That's crazy. But like, again, Gigi Allen. Gigi Allen is just fucking
Mm.
mental, or was,
No, yeah.
because he passed away. Yeah, I will never forget like the first time where I was watching the Eric Andre Nardwar interview,
Mm.
and then he mentioned how Gigi
That's
Allen wanted
crazy.
to legalize rape and murder. That shit is so like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh,
This is crazy.
I don't know what else to say. That's crazy. Um, fuck. What else do we have here? I think there's some like non-music related stuff I want to talk about, just like
Yeah.
on a whim, but I just complete forgot. I don't know, fucking
No.
like,
No.
I know we've been talking about social media a lot this episode, but
Yeah.
like considering you are like a content creator, especially on TikTok,
Mhm.
what's your experience with like the music talk? I know it's a music, not music question, but it's like music talk or like TikTok as a whole, really.
Yeah. It's been good. Like I've obviously met a lot of really cool people through it. It is like I wouldn't say music talk is like dead now, but
Hmm.
like the type of music talk that existed when I started my account is definitely gone. Like it's very much a different landscape than it used to be, which I
Yeah.
think I'm kind of fine with. Like I think the reason that I started my account was because a lot of the types of music that I liked, like a lot of vaporwave, a lot of noise stuff, and a lot of indie rock stuff didn't get um represented on TikTok a lot, and
Yeah.
even with like rap talk stuff, like a lot of my favorite albums, like there were a few like I really love Beauty and the Beat by Edan and Lovesick
Ooh.
Hexology by Nujabes, and both of those were like I had never seen them. And Open Mike Eagle too. I'd never seen them on TikTok before. And I was like,
Yeah.
all right, maybe I can get some people to listen to me talk about this.
Yeah, that's
But
why. That's actually what kind of want to do. Again, I'm bringing back something from the last episode, but I want to
yeah,
try and at least make a video on Bus Driver, because not a lot of
mhm,
people ever talked about him
yeah,
on. And there could be some like many reasons as to why, but there's been so many years of like YouTube, like content creation, like talking about music on YouTube, and still not a single person has
yeah.
talked about him. It's like, god damn. But I really want to try and do that at some point, and open my Eagle for sure.
Mm. But yeah, this is kind of why I started things was because I was like, nobody's else is making the content that I want to see, so I might as well do it and see if other people. And now I feel like it's like um the music that I like listening to is a lot more well represented on there, even if like the old rap talk era is pretty dead now. A lot of those people don't upload anymore. Um, I feel like there's a good amount of variety in what music discussion there is.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Like, it's like music talk definitely has died down a bit
Mhm.
in terms of like kind of there's been like a lot of creativity, like creative people on music talk as well. Again, gotta like for it's like your stuff and Johnny's stuff, like
Mhm.
both y'all stuff were like the main two people who I focused on a lot. And I think there's like a point where it's like, oh shit, what's your name again? And it's like going back to them, it's like, ah, yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
And your style is like very minimal as well. You're not someone who shows their face and like talking to the camera. You're not
yeah,
someone who like all you do is just like make these slideshow type of videos, and
yeah,
play music, have a bunch of text, and I just like the style that you went with. I feel like that was just like a very smart decision, and some people may disagree, but I think that's kind of visually pleasing, even if it's not some sort of like, oh, it's color contrast compared like all this shit. It's like
yeah,
it's nice. It's very nice.
yeah. I was kind of the when I started, I was like, okay, I want to have some sort of identity with
Yeah,
my videos. But also, I was literally just making everything on my phone, so I was like, I can't do anything too fancy. And I was like, all right, I might as well. I'll just use a different font from everyone else is doing, and instead of doing like just track ratings, which
Yeah.
was the biggest
Oh my
format
god.
of review at the time. I was like, okay, I'll just write 3 sentences.
Yeah, track
And
ratings. I'm not hating on anyone who uses track
mm,
ratings, but all I'm saying is please be more creative. Thank you.
yeah, oh yeah, it's like it just even though like this shouldn't annoy me, this is really stupid. It does kind of bug me when I see like an album. It's like, okay, here's a review of this album, and it's like just track rankings and nothing else. It's like it didn't tell me anything about anything. Like I don't know what I'm supposed to take away from this about the
Yeah.
album.
There has been a time where it's like someone had rated this was like a video that was from like a while ago that I still remember.
Mm,
Someone has done something like a review. No, I'm sorry, it's not a
yeah,
review, but a track rating thing where I don't even think it was a track I think they just rated the whole album,
mm,
and people were like, because they gave it a low score. It was
yeah,
was it Ants from Up There by Black Country New Road,
mm,
and it was a low score, and people were like, "Oh, I wonder what they think about it," and then do not know what they thought about it. It's just
yeah,
blank, and it's just like, damn. And I'm okay. I'm probably being a hypocrite about this because I'm someone who don't normally write reviews nowadays, which is disappointing
yeah,
because I used to do that quite some time.
mm,
Even though I looking at them back now, it's kind of like dog shit, and it's like,
yeah,
damn, I need to get better. But it's like
yeah,
I don't know what else to say. But it's like, yeah, I definitely feel like a lot of people should definitely review a lot more. Hell, you could
mm,
review and like not rate and just say, "Oh, this album's good" or "This album's bad," and that'd be even better. But yeah,
yeah. I was
right.
say that's how like
Oh no,
um
you can
I
go.
I if I'm like writing about an album for like I I haven't made a video in like a month, so I don't remember if I did scores. Yeah, I don't even do scores anymore
Mm,
for a lot of my albums because it's like I'm just recommending stuff.
yeah,
Like I
yeah,
don't really I used to like kind of see my videos like, okay, this is a catalog of reviews, and I'm like, I don't have enough space to fully say what I need to say on
mm-hmm.
this. And if I spent too long writing, nobody would watch the video because I still have to like, retain
Yeah,
viewership and everything.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, it's like all the albums. If you see an album on my channel, it's probably somewhere between a 7 and a 9 out of 10, unless I'm going like insane over it.
yeah,
Like I'm not gonna like make care enough to make a video about something that's mediocre or bad. So
yeah. Did you did you make music at some point? Because I think I remember like, because this is so interesting,
yeah,
right? I remember like going RYM, and I think I saw your name at some point, but as an artist, and I think it was a split like single that you did with Bliss 33.
yeah. So this is funny. I haven't done anything with music since 2021. Like I've like made some stuff that I probably will release eventually. I have like 3 or 4 old songs from like 2021, 2022 that I'll probably package up and release as an EP before moving on. But yeah, I would just make music on GarageBand on my phone. And I don't know, like I have one album, it's called Down, and it's still on streaming. And once I release more music, I'm probably gonna move that to be like Bandcamp only. Because it's just not great. It's literally 5 years old. So I was
Yeah,
13 when I made it.
damn.
So,
Yeah,
but
Bandcamp only music, best music.
yeah. But yeah, that single that I did with Bliss 33 was really good. I don't know why I formatted it like it was a split single because it was a collab that we both worked on, but for some reason I released it with the split formatting. So
Mm,
maybe I'll but yeah, that was cool. I actually sampled a song from Pokemon Mystery Dungeon for the DS.
that's awesome.
Um Slowed that down, added some extra percussion, extra bass, like a synth lead, and then I sent it to Bliss and said to for him to do his thing, and that was before he got really blew up because he's got like an insane amount monthly on Spotify now.
Yeah, of
Like,
course you gotta you can't talk about Blister 3 without talking about Celestial City. Like, come on.
yeah, which is just a classic. It is 115,000
Yeah,
monthly on Spotify
that's
now.
awesome.
And that album's great. That's probably in my top five vaporwave.
That's I think that was
But
like one of the earliest ones I've like earliest vaporwave albums period, but like very early mall soft, which is kind of funny
yeah,
because I think this is before I gotten into uh Cat System Corp and like
mhm,
groceries and other like very like known mall soft stuff like Lynn's uh Lynn's a Virtual Plaza, rest in peace.
yeah,
And
mhm,
it's like crazy because like of course I'm not I think I already knew like Mallsoft around the time, but I didn't really consider that album to be Mallsoft, considering that the only song
yeah,
I've listened to from Lister 3 around the time was Rebirth. And my goodness, it's still
mm,
like one
yeah,
of the greatest like
yeah.
crescendo like moments in
That
music.
one's crazy.
It's fucking
Like a
awesome.
perfect closer too.
It's so crazy because I like looking at it, it's like some sort of like last moment in the mall
Mhm.
type shit. And
Yeah,
it's like
absolutely.
this mall from a different like universe. And when it's your time to go,
Mm,
it's this fucking big ass moment. Kind of going back to Crisis from the Dynamic Shroud. And it's like, oh,
mm,
it's your last time partying. Now you gotta leave type shit. This like
yeah,
this is your first and last time going to this mall specifically where you like it's from like a other world mall. And when it's your time to go, it's just thank you. Yep.
yeah,
It's like, oh my gosh, that's chills, dog. Like, holy shit.
yeah. That whole album is just crazy and kind of like lightning in a bottle because I like everything else that he's done after that, but there's like a certain magic with
Mm-hmm.
the album that I don't
Yeah.
think anyone else has ever been able to capture.
Yeah, that shit is like sick. And it's like a Hexed album that I've listened to. And I'm not big on Hexed. I am interested in it.
Yeah,
I just haven't listened to RCB or High C or anyone in the cloud rap scene that does Hex, but I'm really interested in it,
yeah,
for sure. But yeah, I don't know what else to say about Blister
yeah,
3. So yeah. But yeah, Blister 3, oh my gosh, I need to listen more of them for sure. Um
yeah,
but yeah, that like fight. Yeah, but yeah, fucking I need to continue making music as well.
mm,
And I think we have come to a stopping point. Uh thank
yeah,
you
of
so
course.
much. Thank you so fight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much for God damn it, I'm sorry. Thank you so much for joining
You're good.
me today. Um
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me on.
do you
It's a
have
good time.
any final words for whoever's watching?
Um, I don't think so. Join Shulmo Cord.
Hell
Here's
yeah.
a reminder to future Samson to put a link to that in the description.
Oh yeah, I will. No, no, because no, I shit you not. The server may or may not be on its last legs right now. Y'all need to join
Yeah,
the server. The people in the server's like, oh, the server's dying. Let's go. No, join the server, bro.
well, we have to revive it. Awesome server.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Slow. I hope you continue doing good in college though. All this shit.
yeah, thank you.
Hoping that the server becomes, you know, uh
Yeah,
better, stronger, all that shit. But
yes, exactly.
but once again, thank you so much. Hope to have you in another episode at some point, if you're up for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, for all those who are watching, thank y'all for watching, listening, whatever the hell you're doing, and I'll hope to see you next time soon. Love y'all. See ya.